Well, hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this very special Fireside chat all about WildEarth Travel. My name is Amy Krantz, and I'm so excited to be here to chat to you about WildEarth Travel and so many exciting things that we're going to get to in this 30 minutes that you are with us. Now, remember that this is a live and interactive show, so please do chat to me. You can send through any comments and questions that you may have through the normal channels as you would have done during our live drives. And I can't promise that I'm going to get to every single question. I will do my best, but if there's anything pressing that you'd like to know, I know the team will make sure that you get the answers that you would like to hear. All right, well, tonight we are going to chat about some exciting upcoming trips. We are going to talk about how we turn virtual safaris into on-the-ground ones. We are also going to be joined by our special guest, Joe Fleming, a little bit later on in the show. And we're also going to announce the winners, actually, of the exciting competition that there has been drawn. The winners have been chosen, but we're going to get to that right at the end of the show, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. And thank you to Pro It Up Binoculars and Rugged Wear for sponsoring those prizes, which include a pair of binoculars for the winner, a 3,000 Rand clothing voucher from Rugged Wear, and then for the runner-up, this really awesome Binoc Secure harness, which is something I could definitely use out in the bush. I can think of many occasions when walking, how many times that would have been handy to just have my binoculars right here where I need them. All right, well, before we do anything else, let's find out a little bit more about WildEarth Travel.
It's very hard to explain what this feels like.
And we're really privileged to be here.
This is absolutely amazing.
Well, you may wonder what makes a WildEarth safari different. And for me, there's a few things that I've been able to pick out that really do make WildEarth stand out, and the opportunity that they give you as viewers to then transform and become guests. And it really is that idea that you can step through your TV screen and become join part of the story, become part of the stories that you've come to know so well over, for many of you, years that you've been watching. And imagine tracking Kachava. You've seen us do it so many times, that beautiful leopard, but now you're there, you're with us, you're looking at those real life tracks and possibly finding her as well. And I really don't think you can get the opportunity to do that anywhere else. You get to visit locations that feel like home to many of you. You know the road names, the waterhole names. You feel like you've been there already, and now you get to do it for yourselves and see these places that have become quite iconic to so many of you. Another thing is that as a private guide myself, I pride myself on attention to detail, being able to really pick out the important things that I need to do to ensure that my guests have an amazing experience. But the team at WildEarth Travel are exceptional. Byron, Morgan, and everyone there who look after you in your journey. It really is unlike anything else I've seen, how they look after the guests from before you even take off till well after you've landed. And it's something that you can be assured of on your journey, is that you have a team behind you to take care of you when you come travel with us. And lastly, you get the opportunity to be privately guided by those of us, like myself, that you've come to know really well. Having a familiar face with you as you go on safari is something that is an amazing thing to enhance and enrich your safari experience. Speaking of private guides, let's hear from some now.
My name's James Hendry, and I've been guiding on and off for the last 25 years.
Hi, my name is Steve Falconbridge, and I've been guiding for about 15 years.
My name is Cedric Dold, and I've been tracking leopards and many cats here in the northern Sabi Sands, my favorite part of the world.
I really enjoy private guiding because it allows me to take interesting people to interesting places all over Africa and indeed beyond.
I chose private guiding to create more of an intimate experience for the guests and to explore as many wonderful African places as possible.
It's very difficult to pick a favorite moment on a private safari, but there have been a few occasions where guests have actually cried because of what they've seen, normally in a good way, face to face with the gorilla for the first time, or the migrating herds plunging into the Mara River. Those sorts of moments have brought tears to not only the guests' eyes, but mine too, and they've been my favorite.
This September, I will be guiding a private safari group through the Sabi Sands to go and meet our leopard characters. So please, come and join me.
My next trip with WildEarth Travel will be to the southern plains of the Serengeti, and I think you should book that trip because I imagine that hundreds of thousands of wildebeest giving birth will be utterly spectacular. It'll be complete chaos. There'll be elements of real triumph as the little calves get up, and there'll be elements of tragedy as the predators get in amongst the herds.
My next trip with WildEarth Travel is next year, June. We're going to be going to Laikipia and the Masai Mara to look for Giza, the black leopard, and to spend time in East Africa. It's one of those sort of bucket list trips to go and explore that part of the world on safari.
When you are joined with a private guide on your safari, not only do you have us as a private guide with you, but you also have the local guide from the lodge and possibly even a tracker depending on the reserve. So it's this 3-person team that you have access to help you have the most incredible opportunity of finding what you're looking for. And what that means for us as a private guide here at WildEarth Travel is that we get to solely focus on you, looking after our guests and making sure that all the finer details are taken care of. It's always helpful to have a local guide that may know the area very well, a tracker who's very familiar with the animals, and all of that together really helps you experience the very best for your private safari with WildEarth Travel. Now, let's give you an idea of what a day in a safari looks like. You'll wake up early, possibly still dark. I know it's not the greatest to wake up early, but it is definitely worth it. We head out before the sun rises, maybe find a herd of elephants drinking early at the waterhole. We'll enjoy many sightings and have a coffee stop, head back to the lodge, enjoy brunch, and then have a bit of downtime, depending on what the day's looking like. In between, maybe a nap, catch up on some sleep. Then we'll head out again in the afternoon, maybe have some high tea or lunch before that, and then enjoy the sunset safari before heading back for a delicious dinner and off to bed, or even a nightcap before we finish off the day and look at the star-sprayed skies of Africa. Now you may wonder, how in the world do we get to such remote destinations? They can be quite far removed, let's say, from civilization, which is a great thing. And that is where Federal Airlines steps in.
Hello there, this is your captain speaking. Well, no, it's just me, James Hendry. And no, you haven't shrunk, the plane is just that small. Today, we're cruising low and slow across some of the most spectacular wilderness on the continent. You won't find in-flight movies, but if you glance out of the window, you might spot giraffes and elephants going about their day. Before takeoff, I'm sure you enjoyed a smooth check-in and a coffee or two at the Federal Airlines Lounge. Not a bad way to start a safari. The aircraft, she's solid, trusty, new, and built for these wild places. She might be quite noisy, but rest assured she knows exactly where she's headed. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey. Your safari begins the moment we leave the ground. And remember, sometimes the best runways are made of nothing but sand. Your guide will be waiting to take you to your luxury lodge as soon as we land. Welcome to the wild.
And so it's those small aeroplanes that get us to where we need to go. And in fact, they are so helpful to avoid long road transfers that would have to take place if Fed Air wasn't around to help our guests get to where they need to be. And also it's an opportunity to have some incredible game viewing right from the plane itself on your way to begin your safari, because the planes fly quite low. Now, we also did some flying recently. Well, I did with my guests at Mbula, but not in a aeroplane, but rather a hot air balloon. Yes, a few weeks ago, maybe a month or so, I had the privilege of hosting a private safari at Mbula. We stayed in the beautiful Kingfisher Villa there, and wow, what an amazing time that we had. It was really filled with some amazing experiences that we enjoyed as a group. And that was everything from enjoying tracking cheetah on foot and being able to walk and view them, which was just amazing. We went to help with a rhino conservation experience where we actually, the guests all were involved, everything from drawing blood to tagging, notching the ear, and just being able to really get up close to that animal. And then we also enjoyed, like I said, a hot air balloon ride, which took us to the skies. And I think what stood out the most for me, it was my first time ever doing something like that, was that it was so quiet. If you go in a plane or a helicopter, you've obviously got the engine working. But there in that hot air balloon, obviously they put on the gas and you sort of rise up, which is quite loud. And then once you're up there and the pilot switches off and you're just floating, it's one of the most incredible experiences that is really quite beautiful. And I highly recommend everyone to be able, if you have the opportunity to do it, to take it. It's something that you definitely won't regret. We also arranged things that Cam and Eric, who were broadcasting the Safari Live at that time, to come and visit us. They joined us for breakfast at Kingfisher, and they then basically what I thought would maybe be an hour, I think they were there for over 2. We had some great conversations. The guests were so excited to meet them and spend time with them, ask questions. And not only then did they go, we managed to show them the actual live broadcasting vehicle, which is one of the benefits of visiting a location where we do the show from in the morning and afternoon safaris. But then we even got to share some sightings with them and even put the guests on during a live show, and they got to wave at the camera, which was really cool for my guests to have that experience and be able to facilitate it for them was wonderful. And it's something that I don't think they'll ever forget, and I definitely won't either. They were a very special group of people. That is one of the amazing things that you get to do when you are a private guide, is just meet some awesome people and develop friendships with people for potentially a very long time after you go on safari with them, hopefully to return again and explore new places and go on new adventures with them as well. And hopefully Mabula was just the starting point. All right, well, speaking of Mabula and that safari that I hosted a few months ago, I actually have another opportunity for you to join me at Mabula in October this year. So we are going to talk about a few upcoming trips, starting off with that one. Let's have a look and see what it's all about. My name is Amy, and today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. And so, yes, you can join me there in October. There are still spaces available, and it really is something that, in terms of the value that you get out of this private safari, it is unbelievable. The opportunity, the hot air balloon ride, the cheetah tracking on foot, the conservation experience, the access we have, the beautiful villa that we stay in. The staff, they are incredible, and I would love to make some more memories with more of you watching there at Mabula this year from 19 to 24 October. All right, next up, we are going to chat a little bit about the upcoming safari next year in June with Steve, and that is to Kenya to chase after and hopefully find the all-elusive black leopard.
This unfolds in front of you.
Wow, what an opportunity to be able to possibly say that you are relative to the world's population, a handful of people, to potentially see one of the few black leopards that we have in the world is going to be amazing. Steve is incredible. As many of you would know, you'll have a wonderful time with him. The safari incorporates the Masai Mara as well as Laipika, where the leopards are. And your first night is spent in Nairobi. And just to mention, if anyone is concerned about any risks involving Nairobi at the moment, to please not worry. We have a team on the ground. If there was anything security-wise that you needed to be concerned with, we wouldn't even let you travel. There's no way that we would take that risk. So please don't let that deter you from coming along on this very special safari. And then you're going to spend 5 nights at Laipika. And that is something that the lodge itself recommends, at least 4 to 7 nights to have the best chance to actually see the animal. And then you're on a vehicle that has preference. Should the animal be found, you are given preferential treatment to be able to go in, and that vehicle is booked for you to make sure that you have first access to see that leopard. So amazing stuff. All of this info and more is on WildEarth.travel. Last but definitely not least is the amazing migration safari with none other than James Henry to Tanzania.
most unbelievable afternoon.
Well, this is one spectacle in nature that is not to be missed. You have an incredible time with James visiting the southern Serengeti Plains, seeing hundreds of thousands of wildebeest giving birth at that time of year, as well as starting at Ngorongoro Crater, which is just a phenomenal sight, and it really is beautiful there too. Now it is time to introduce Joe Fleming, our special guest tonight, and he has made a lifestyle of exploring Southern Africa on two wheels. So let's find out how adventure and safari meet.
So, here in South Africa and across Southern Africa really, we do adventure differently. I'm Joe Fleming, founder of Bonafide Motorco. We don't just ride motorcycles, we create journeys that connect people to wild places and to themselves. We ride deep into Namibia's vast deserts. We carve through Botswana's elephant corridors. We explore the rugged coastlines of Mozambique and the hidden dirt tracks of South Africa. These aren't packaged tours. They're raw, immersive experiences where you feel the land beneath your wheels and the soul of Africa in every sunset. But it's not just about bikes. It's about the brotherhood, the campfire conversations, the laughs on the trails, the kind of moments that remind you you're alive. Whether you're a seasoned rider or just curious about adventure, we create a space for men to unplug, reset, and rediscover their wild side. What makes us different? I live here. I've spent over a decade exploring this land, not just as a photographer and adventurer, but as someone who deeply respects its stories, its people, and its landscapes. And when you ride with Bonafide, you don't just see Africa, you feel it. So if you're sitting there wondering what's next, what could wake your spirit up again, this is it. This is your invitation to come ride with us, because here in South Africa, adventure means something.
Welcome, Joe. Not that you're a new face to us or
No.
Tell us a little bit about the clip we watched. What is Bonafide Motor Company?
Yeah, so we host adventures for mainly men. We take them on motorcycle adventures all throughout Southern Africa. And what I've found over the years is it's not just about the motorcycles, but it's about experiencing the land, the culture, the food. This place has been an incredible place for me to explore every corner of South Africa. So I basically am able to take what I've learned and allow other people to come and experience those types of adventures where they're fully taken care of. We have a support vehicle. I look after them, and it is a great way to come and explore Southern Africa.
So tell us, Joe, how did you come to be in Africa?
It was a woman. It was a woman. She is a South African woman that when I was living in the States, and she ultimately was the gateway to me being here. I've been here now for almost 12 years, and it's been an amazing 12 years. Like, I could never imagine being back or living in the States. Like, South Africa has really opened me up. I always say, like, my blood is green. And it's been such an honor and privilege to be able to share what I've learned on my Instagram platform, like the Here in South Africa. You know, it's teaching local South Africans, it's teaching expats, and it's teaching people who don't know much about South Africa how beautiful and amazing this country is.
Well, we appreciate what you're doing because
You're
it's
welcome.
so true,
Yeah.
everything that you said.
Yeah.
And what is your sort of take on travel in Southern Africa?
I think that it's incredible. There's so much to do. I always get the question about safety, and I've never had an issue out here. And I think there's just so much to be explored. You know, there's a stat that I always share. There's 600,000 kilometers of dirt roads in South Africa. And, you know, those dirt roads take you to some really incredible places, incredible waterfalls, mountains, valleys, rivers, and there is a lot to be seen here in South Africa.
So, you know, for anyone who would be hesitant to travel, what would you say to that person?
Pull in, Shauna. Pull in.
That's so great.
Yeah. No, honestly, we got the Biltong, friendly people here in South Africa. Honestly, pull in. You're gonna love it. It's an amazing place. I mean,
It is an amazing place.
You know that.
Absolutely. A place that not only offers safari, but so much,
much.
in terms of variety and just,
Absolutely.
which is something I'm very proud of
Yep.
about my country as well. Do you have a bucket list destination?
I have. We've been speaking about it. There's 2 places in South Africa that are on my list.
Mm-hmm.
One is very close here. I'm actually passing through there tomorrow, Kloof, but I'll be there in the dark. The next place is Hole in the Wall. So those are 2 places that I haven't been.
Okay.
But I really want to go explore more of the Transkei. The Xhosa people down there are really incredible. I feel like it's a part of the country that's still untouched. And I actually had quite a language barrier, so I'd really like to learn a little bit of Xhosa so I can get a bit further with the locals there. But that part of the country is really quite special.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. I know personally, I'm very lucky to have spent quite a bit of time there. And it is, I can highly recommend that you go.
Yeah.
And
It's a
yeah.
10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10.
Sunrise or sunset safari?
That's
Ooh,
tough.
wow, we've put you in a
You
pickle
know,
now.
I really I'll have to go sunrise because it sets the tone for the rest of the day. I've been grateful to see many sunrises, and I feel like, not everyone gets up for a sunrise. Most people can see the sunset, but for those who wake up early and get to see the sunrise, it's quite special. It's still very quiet. Not many people have kind of gotten in your way that time of day. So I feel like it's the most quiet one. So
Okay.
sunrise.
There we
Yeah.
go. It's a tough choice, though.
Yeah, I had to think about it for a minute. I was thinking sundowners.
Yeah,
So,
that's always a winner.
Yeah.
All right, well, Joe, what is one item that you cannot go on your adventure without? Quick, you got to just whatever comes to mind.
A pocket knife.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Sliced
Pocket knife.
biltong, butter bread.
Yeah.
Always carry it with me.
Just got to have it
Pocket
on hand.
knife.
Pocket knife.
Pocket knife.
Well, it has come to that time of the show where we are going to announce the winner for our competition that was running this week. And so this is for who is going to win the rugged wear voucher as well as the binoculars. So our winner, congratulations to Dirk Brits from South Africa. You have won the pair of binoculars and a 3,000 Rand rugged wear voucher. And our runner-up is Hiram Chatterjee from India. And you have won the Binoc Secure harness as well as the 1,500 Rand rugged wear voucher. So congratulations. You'll be someone from our team will be in touch with you shortly about that. All right, everyone. That's all the time we have. It's flown by. Joe, thank you for joining us. Not only tonight,
Absolute
but
pleasure.
the whole weekend. It's been great having you. To everyone at home who joined us, thank you for stopping by and learning a little bit more about WildEarth Travel as well as Joe.
Bring Joe back.
We've started a trend. Hashtag bring Joe back. If you'd like to join that, you can check it out on social media. But from us here at WildEarth and WildEarth Travel, we wish you all a pleasant evening or day ahead, depending where you are in the world. And we'll be back on Tuesday for our members and explorers with our live safari at 6:30 a.m. Central African time. All right, everyone. Good night and keep well.
Welcome to Safari Spotlight. We'll be discovering real wildlife gems of South Africa. This is a virtual safari filled with beauty, wildlife, and stories. We're going to be visiting unique and diverse reserves, spending time with famous animal characters, and learning some real conservation stories. So remember, if any of the locations featured on Safari Spotlight interest you, our experts at WildEarth Travel are standing by to make your dreams come true.